Let's do Crazy Town, G, as we try to keep it moving here. We'll do sports and news coming up as well. But Joe and Kamala celebrate Heritage Month. Roll it.
There is something we all know, we must always honor the mothers, the aunties, the chitties, all of them. And, of course, the husbands and the fathers and the grandfathers. President Joe Biden.
Some would say that's sexist.
Dr. Jill Biden, Mr. Second Gentleman. It is my great honor to introduce a man who ran for president because he knows that no one should be in this fight alone. President Joe Biden.
You gotta admit, I have good taste in picking people, don't you?
Oh, it is so sweet.
You're way above my pay grade.
Everything.
Doug, the second gentleman, out there hiding behind everybody out there, I know. And, U.S. Senator Mazie Hiran. Where's Mazie? I see. So she's here. I'm looking.
Mazie
What's her last name?
Mazie, wherever you are, you're the best. Tammy's
best.
here. I'm told her
Favorite song.
going to be here. No. At any rate. And as Catherine mentioned, I'm proud to have reestablished the White House Initiative on Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islanders. And this is the reception that follows on the great honor Jill and I, Kamala and Doug, had in hosting Team USA, including the Asian American athletes who so honorably represented America in the Olympics. Michelle Kwan. Michelle, you're the best, kid. You're the best. There is no single Asian, as Jill pointed out much more articulately than I have, there's no single Asian American, Native Hawaiian, or Pacific Islander identity. Doesn't exist. You can't measure it. I don't know how you can measure it. And today, I'll be traveling on Thursday, I'll be traveling to the Republic of Korea and Japan to affirm the importance of our Indo-Pacific alliances. Folks, and to celebrate the indispensable partnerships that are strengthening by the deep family ties and heritage and the values reflected in the AANHPI. As they say in Claymont-Delaware, all yous guys. But look, you have folks on television stations talking about the replacement theory. Wow. Scaring the living hell out of people who don't have a whole lot of emotional stability, taking advantage of on the internet and other means by talking about how we're going to be overtaken. You know, you were telling the story, Jill was going to get mad at me for reminding me. I happen to be Irish.
We didn't know.
Really?
You don't say.
That's a problem sometimes with Jill, but I'm only joking. But my mother used to always say on birthdays, the mother should get the gift, not the child. So I didn't realize it was both Asian and Irish, but at least in my house. And it's not just the wackos who go out there with those guns and get talked into doing something. It's the people who fill their brains with false ideas. It's the people who make them, convince them for their power and their prestige and their money to be able to go out and do these terrible things. That's not who we are. That's not who we are. And I'll be darned, as long as I'm President of the United States, I'm going to fight like hell and we're going to expose everybody. We've got to make sure that this, in my, there's a hymn in my, I'm based on the 91st Psalm, and it says in my church, may he raise you up in eagle's wings and bear you on the breath of dawn and let the sun shine upon you until, and then he goes on to talk about that we all to God will hold you in the palm of his hand.
The thing.
That's how we got to think about it.
Got that right, at least.
The reason we are strong, the reason we're who we are, is because we're diverse.
Okay.
I'm going to rename that Babel Town. The town of Babel.